if you don't win in those key holiday categories, it's pretty tough to win for the holiday season.
Sure, agreed. And like you said, so home, electronics, toys, those were really where we saw weak spots with Target. But to counter that, some of the analysts that I did talk to this morning said Target did see, gains in apparel, food and beverage, and beauty, which are arguably three areas where the company has really been investing over the past few months. So I think that kind of goes to show that its strategy has been working in those areas. And in electronics and home in particular. Now, those two categories tend to be very promotional around the holiday season. So I think the idea is maybe Target wasn't competitive enough on prices on things like flat screen TVs, and it lost some of that share to Best Buy, Costco, and in toys. Again, that was another area where we expected to see growth, but Target was comping on a year, 2018, where it had really doubled down in toys, saw explosive growth, I think, in that space. So when you're lapping, obviously, such a great year, it's really hard to grow sales there.
And to your point, if they weren't that promotional on some of those categories, then they were able to hold on to that margin, which may in part be why they were able to reaffirm, I should say, the earnings forecast.
Exactly.
Because those were higher margin categories
right.
that did sell well, like apparel. The toy thing is interesting because, like we both know, they've really invested a lot in that category. They've had 21 straight quarters of toy sales growth. Yes, they had a strong holiday, but is it over? I mean, is this the end of the toy bonanza for a Target? What does it mean for Walmart?
Right. Well, I think my colleague and I, Sarah Whitten, actually just published a piece on CNBC.com that kind of looked at toys in particular, because you saw Hasbro's stock was down this morning on those results, and so was Mattel's. So we think there is more of a kind of a widespread epidemic maybe happening in the toy industry right now, where you have a lot of these manufacturers, after Toys R Us, they kind of cut down their inventory and what they were supplying retailers throughout not only the holiday season, but throughout the whole year. And especially if you looked at this holiday season, there wasn't one hot item. In the past, it's been Hatchimals, or maybe it's some Star Wars toy that everyone has on their wish list. So I think even Target said, that was one thing that they could kind of attribute to weakness, was there wasn't, a hot toy, so to speak, that everyone wanted. So
absolutely,
you need a little bit more creativity, maybe, or another good movie in the space for that.
That's right. The hot electronics seem to be those AirPods. I don't know if the little kids were asking for AirPods, but an expensive electronic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's not such a little boy anymore, though.
Santa brought them.